is a trigonometry word problem. After a severe storm, three sisters, April, May, and June, stood on the front porch and noticed that the tree in their front yard was leaning 3 degrees from vertical toward the house. From the porch, which is 96 feet away from the base of the tree, they noticed that the angle of elevation to the top of the tree was 31 degrees. Approximate the height of the tree. Round answer to 2 decimal places. Well, in solving almost all word problems, the goal is to formulate an equation. With trigonometric problems, the first step is usually to draw a diagram. So we're going to use our tools here to make a sketch of what the word problem describes. There's a tree that is leaning 3 degrees from vertical. Now, this would be a vertical tree, and if it's leaning 3 degrees, it's approximately looks something like that. And from the porch to the top of the tree, there's an angle of 31 degrees. Let's write these in. This is 31 degrees. Oops. And this would be 90 degrees if it were vertical, but it's 3 degrees off from being vertical. That is 90 minus 3 degrees, or 87 degrees. And from this porch to the base of the tree is 96 feet. So what we want to determine is the length of this side of the triangle, which is the height of the tree. Now, if the tree were completely vertical, it would be a much simpler problem to solve. We could use an identity, the tangent of 31 degrees would be t over 96, but it isn't vertical. So how can we solve this problem? Well, we have some other relationships we can use. Consider the law of cosines and the law of sines. Now, they give us some relationships between the sides of any triangle and the angles. And the law of cosines, you see, you only need one angle, but you need the lengths of 2 sides. The law of sines is a situation where you have you have more than one angle and only one side. That's what we've got here. So we're going to use the law of sines. Look at this. A over the sine of A equals B over the sine of B. And so that's this ratio of an angle. Here's angle B. Here's the side B. Here's side A is opposite angle A. And we can use that law with the ratio. So now we need to formulate this equation. And so we'll have t over what? The sine of 30 degrees. 31 degrees. And that's going to equal what? Oh, it's going to be the sine of this angle over 96 degrees. Well, what is that angle? Every triangle the has a total of 180 degrees. So what we'll do is add these two angles, 31 and 87, which gives us 118. And we'll subtract that from 180. Now that gives us 62 degrees. So with that information, we can complete our equation. And this 96, oh, I made a little error here. I used the degree symbol when actually this is feet. 96 feet over the sine of 62 degrees. All right. So at this point, you're going to use your calculator. And I'm just putting mine in scientific mode, my computer calculator. And I'm going to multiply 96 times the sine of 31 degrees. And the sine, you might recall the sine of 30 degrees is 1/2. The sine of 31 degrees is 0.51, 0.5. And that's going to give me 49 when I multiply 96 feet, but that's going to be 49.44 feet. And again, I've got to divide that by the sine of 62. And I can continue to do that in my calculator. 62 degrees is 0.88. Got that in there. 0.8829. And that's going to give me 55.998 feet. And they asked us to round to 2 decimal places. Well, this 9, because of the 8, it's going to round up to 10. And that 10 will carry over here. So our answer is going to be 56 feet. That's how we solve this problem.